Forest mensuration 20. Here is that final lecture for the tree form factor, where I'll tell about the form factor and how to calculate the form factor from height. So tree form, already I've told you, this is defined as the rate of taperness of a log or a stem. What is the rate of taperness from the base to the top? You can see here the taperness is very less. It is cylindrical. Here it is a paraboloid. Here it is a cone. It is irregular. And how to calculate the tree form, that is very important. It is defined as the ratio of the volume of a tree to the volume of a cylinder having the same length and cross section. You can see this is the tree which is having this height, and we have considered this as the same cross sectional area from the top to the below. So what is the ratio? Ratio of what? You can see this is the volume of a cylinder, exact volume of a cylinder. It is compared, this volume of a cylinder, with the shape of a tree. So tree is like this, we can see. So ratio of the volume of a tree, this volume of a tree, to the cylinder, this is cylinder. Having the same length, this same length, this is the same length, and the same cross section. Now this, you can see, this tree is compared with the cross section of this one. This is here overestimate, extra, and this is underestimate, less. So this is not there in your tree. This volume is not included, this part, and this is extra here. So when we see, we will consider this entire tree with this cylinder, then it is underestimate, means the volume will be more, but it is less because we are considering some dia somewhere here. Okay, this same dia we are taking here. So form factor, what is the form factor? We will see the ratio. What is the ratio? So ratio will start from 0 to 1. Okay, so it may be 0.20, 0.30, 0.40, and so on, so on, so. So as it approaches to 1, it will be cylinder. Approaches to 1, it will be cylinder. We should know about form factor, then only we can know how much you have the actual volume in a tree. This is artificial form factor. So most commonly used in India is artificial form factor, and artificial form factor is, we take it at DBH, or we also call it breast height form factor. We take at the breast height. This at the breast height we will take. As form factor is defined as a ratio of the volume of a tree to the volume of the cylinder of the same length and same cross-sectional area. The artificial form factor, also called as breast height form factor, because we take the basal area at breast height. So the measurement what we will be taking here, the reference is the breast height form factor. Breast height is a fixed measurement point. So we take the cross-sectional area or diameter and at the breast height. So this is the breast height, 1.37 meter from the ground level. Here we take the dia, and the volume refers to the whole tree, that is above the point of measurement at breast height and also below the point of measurement from the breast height. So it is not very reliable as a form factor, but because different tree species with different height may have a same form, but it is being more used just because of the very handy measurement and easy for the computation of the cross-sectional area at diameter at breast height. So this is artificial form factor. So we will consider the volume of a full length of the full height of the tree from the breast. Let's calculate this breast height form factor or artificial form factor. We also say is F is equal to V over SH. V is the volume of a tree in cubic units. So what is the volume of a tree in a cubic units? S is the cross-sectional area or basal area, this cross-sectional area or a basal area here. Okay, and height is the height of a tree. So this is the formula for calculating the artificial form factor. So how we will calculate it? Let's have the value. If you have a volume, this is 3.26. Let's take the volume of 3.26. The entire volume is 3.26. Okay. Then basal area. We'll calculate it by this diameter, pi d square over 4. Diameter we are getting how much? Diameter we are getting 48 centimeter. We'll convert it into meter, that is 0.48 meter. Okay, because we need in cubic meter, So pi into d square over 4, this is 3.142 is pi into 0.48. This value we are putting, we are getting this sectional area or basal area. We are getting this value 0.1809 meters square meter. Then height is 30 already given. We'll fit this into this formula. V over SH. V is the volume. This is the volume we are getting, 3.26. And S is equal to sectional area. Just now we have calculated this one, 0.1809 into 30 is the height of a tree. We get somewhere the form factor of 0.60 like that. So we get a shape of a paraboloid here. So this is a shape. We can say this is a form class. Let's understand about the shape of a tree, or you call a form factor. So when we talk of form class, we'll understand about this is a range. This is a different range. You can see the range. A range is 0.325 to 0.375. We get this niloid shape. And when we go to 0.47 to 0.52, we got a conoid shape. Then when we have a 0.75 to 0.72 range, we get a quadratic paraboloid. And when we go up to 0.775 to 0.825, we get a cubic paraboloid. So when we reach 1, it is a cylindrical. So the greater the taperness, small is the form factor. So greater the taperness, you see, the smaller the form factor will be here. Next is absolute form factor. Convenient, instead of bending here, we are taking here, it is not a breast height, at any convenient height. We get the next is absolute form factor. With the reference to the cylinder, absolute form factor is what? At any convenient height. We will take at any convenient height we will take. Okay, wherever we feel convenient. So if we feel here it is more buttressing here, we can take it this height, and then, but this is considered from where we will take the basal area. From that point to the top, we will consider with the cylinder. Okay, with reference to the cylinder, we will take the volume. So if we take at the base, we will consider the full tree as a cylinder. If we take at this level, we will take it from above, from this point. So this is absolute form factor.
Absolute form factor. In absolute form factor, we measure the basal area at any convenient height of a tree. We may take that basal area or diameter at the lower portion. We can come more at the lower also, avoiding the stump. We can come at any convenient, because here we are finding it is a very cylindrical tree. But we refer the volume of a tree from above, from the point of measurement. Either we take at any convenient height. We may take at this height. We may take at more lower. We can come at more lower at the base, avoiding the stump. And then we will refer the volume of a tree above the point of measurement to the top of the tree. So this is absolute form factor.
So normal or true form factor. This normal and true form factor is measured at constant proportion of height. So we will take the entire height from up here to here, and then we'll measure the height, how much height it is. Then we will take by 1/10 of that measurement. Here we'll take that cross-sectional, here we'll take the cross-sectional, here we'll take the cross-sectional. Entire tree will take the cross-sectional. This is measured at the constant portion of the total height. Quotient portion, or we can say 1/10 also we can say, or we can say 1/20th also we can take. So it depends. Now we'll take the full length, then we'll decide 1/10, 1/20, 10%, 20% like this. But we have to take the at the entire length. So it is the calculation of the volume of full tree. We'll get the exact volume, but it is a destructive sampling, or it is very difficult to go from lower to that upper one, and time consuming. That's why in India we take breast height form factor. So form height. What is form height? So form height is used to determine how far it is reasonable to assume the volume which is proportional to basal area. How far the volume is proportional to this basal area, we will understand this one. So the form height remains constant with increasing diameter. So we have to understand, this is very important. this form height remains constant. It should remain constant with increasing diameter. So form height is defined as the product of form factor and the total height of a tree. Okay. So what is form height? We'll see this one. Two diagrams are there. We see two diagrams are there. For example, this is a die of 50 centimeter. It increased to 55 centimeter. It increased to 60 centimeter. Similar, 50 centimeter, 55 centimeter, 60 centimeter. Form height is used to determine how far it is reasonable to assume the volume is proportional to the area. Now, how much the volume is proportional to the basal area? Okay. Now we see, suppose this is a tree, this is the basal area, this is the basal area, it is increasing slowly, but height is not increasing. So it is not reasonable to assume that the volume is proportional to the basal area. So if you see this one, the cross-sectional area is increasing slowly, like 50 to 55 centimeter and 60 centimeter, even the height is also increasing. As this basal area is proportional, or the volume, we can say volume is proportional to the basal area. This entire volume, you see here, this entire volume is related to 50 centimeter here, this entire volume is related to 55 centimeter here, and then this entire volume is related to 60 centimeter here. As the diameter is growing up, even your tree height is coming up and the volume is been increasing. So when the volume is proportional to basal area, we say that form height is used. It used to determine that how far it is reasonable. How far it is reasonable, you can think that the volume is proportional. Volume is proportional slowly to the basal area. So this means a form height. So form quotient. Now that's next is form quotient. What is form quotient? So form quotient is defined as the ratio between the mid diameter and diameter. Between mid diameter and diameter. What is the ratio between mid diameter and diameter? So this is the mid diameter and the diameter. So let's understand this nicely about their form quotient. Then form quotient is been defined by two foresters. First is Australian forester Schiffel. Other one is Swedish forester Tor Johnson. So what does a Schiffel says? So if this is a tree, full tree, so he has made this form quotient as the mid diameter divided by diameter, but his mid diameter is from the entire length. If this is the entire length of a tree, we take it at 50% here. If this is somewhere 20, at 10 we'll take it here. So as per the Schiffel, the mid diameter is the half of the total tree here, somewhere here. So d square somewhere here, half, divided by this dBH here. So Australian forester Schiffel has defined the form quotient. You can say we name it as a normal form quotient. We call it normal form quotient. So normal form quotient is the ratio between the mid diameter and the diameter. The mid diameter is the diameter of the full total height of a tree, and divide the 50% at here, half of this one, or 50% of the length of the height of the total tree. This is called normal form quotient by Schiffel. But here by Tor Johnson, he has made absolute form factor. Okay, one is normal form factor, and the one is called absolute form factor. This absolute form factor, he has taken what? He has taken D2 not from the base of a tree. He has taken D2 from the dBH. From the dBH, he has made 50% here. Okay. So it is halfway between the height and the total height. Halfway from the height and the total height is D2 here, divided by D1. This is dBH. So it is a ratio measuring the diameter at a height halfway between the height and the total height of a tree. So this is called absolute form factor by Tor Johnson. So there are two form factor. One is normal form factor by Schiffel. He has taken the diameter of the total height, half of the total height of a tree, and Tor Johnson has taken from the height up to the total height, half of that one. So this is the difference between normal form factor and absolute form factor. So form quotient by two forester, one is Australian forester, that is Schiffel, and one by Torr-Johnson. So again, let's go for the form class. Already I told you, form class is defined as one of the interval in which the range of form quotients of the tree is divided by classification, as we use here. So we classify like this. So we are taking the range. Suppose we are taking 0.3 to 5 to 0.375. So at the mean of this one 35, we are taking its shape is nilloid. Told you that this is nilloid here. So form factor, more taperness. You can see more taperness, less form factor. So similarly, the taperness is bit less, form factor is also increasing. In cubic paraboloid, we can see it is 80. So this is cubic paraboloid. Taper equations, which is very important because it predicts the changing diameter along the tree stem over time or at a particular time. It is over time or at a particular time. So taper equation predicts the diameter at any point. It predicts the diameter at any point of the tree stem based on dBH and total height of a tree to determine the stem profile or stem form. Now there are equations by Hodge's formula. Let's see this Hodge's formula. He says that d divided by dBH is equal to C log, that is under bracket C plus L divided by C. Now let's see what is d. D is the diameter. This is the diameter at any point of the stem. Any point of the stem we can take here, any point of the stem. From where we are taking a point that is called L. L is the distance from the point, from the top of the tree to the point of the D measured. If you are measuring D here, L will be here. If you are measuring D here, L will be here. So at any point we are taking this D. And C, capital C and small c are the constant for each form classes. So we'll put the value and we'll get the Hodge's formula. So these taper equations help us to predict the stem profiles in future, how it grows. Behr's formula is also similar. We call it d divided by dBH is equal to L divided by A into BL. Similar, D is the diameter at any point, and A and B are the constant for form classes. Okay, so these formulas have been used for preparation of taper tables in Western countries. So what? It helps in the preparations. What preparations of the taper tables in Western countries? These formulas help us. So taper equations helps us for the preparation the taper tables. It helps us to make the taper tables, and it predicts the changing diameter along the stem over time or at a particular time. So there are two formulas, Hodge's formula and Behr's formula. What is the use of form factor? That's important. We should know what is the use of your form factor. First is to estimate the volume of a standing tree. This form factor will tell us how to estimate the volume of a standing tree, because taperness will give us less volume, cylindrical will give us more volume. It also helps us to study the law of growth, how the tree grows in the open area, in the stand also, how it competes with each other and how it becomes a cylindrical and how it grows. Like there's an example of teak, which in Myanmar forest is to grow in a closed stand because it's a light demanding. Due to its light demanding, it grows and comes in the top of the canopy and becomes more cylindrical, more in length. So the quality of teak or the timber of the teak which we get from Myanmar forest is more valuable. So it helps us to study the law of growth of such type of trees. Thank you very much to be with the lectures on tree form factor. This tree form factor is very important for the calculation of volume, because now as we know how to calculate the diameter, by diameter we know how to calculate the cross-sectional area, we know how to calculate, how to measure the height of a tree in a different area. We get the three things. One is the diameter. With the diameter we make the cross-sectional area, we get the height of a tree. As we get the height of a tree, cross-sectional area and form factor, we can have the volume of a tree, we can have a volume of a stand, and we can calculate the entire volume and make a volume tables also. So there are two tables of volume. One is called local volume table or general volume table, and how to do that one, we'll be going on that one in coming lectures. Thank you.